Namaskar, good morning, good day, Assalamu alaikum. Dear friends around the world, this is Engineer Suraj Singh, NP India, C Engineer India, speaking from Faridabad, NCR, Bharat, India, and this day, May 21st, 2020, Thursday, in your service, present again for various issues, and most important issue, SARS-2, COVID-19 related issues and project management, quality management, and various types of related topic on which issues, as usual, conferring with you, informing you something which you may know, you may not know, depend on your hunger for knowledge. You are hungry for knowledge or no, it's up to you. My duty is to record what I know so that anytime you can refer to that important issues as started daily, most important, most specific issue, most leading issue of world currently. You know that SARS-2, Corona, COVID-19, which is full name. For your information, maybe you know, I know, SARS stands for severe acute respiratory syndrome. The second one, and Corona is Corona, you can say, virus infectious disease. Year 2019, very critical number naturally given to you by WHO, and which means it's going to fire, it's going to struggle. All are struggling, all countries are struggling, human is struggling with certain person, certain enemy, though which is not known, we call this enemy, but we don't know who enemy is. Unfortunately, first time. We all know this is our enemy, but we don't know who is this, what is this. We never know, only imagination. And when there are imaginations, this is dream. So we are fighting in dream actually. We're not fighting in reality, we don't know whom they're fighting. And result is very, very serious, very, you can say, unexpected. People are dying, people are getting infected, and everything is down. First time it happened in world. Everything is down. Name is it's a lockdown, but people are now thinking to open it, but they are not thinking what should happen because the contamination has gone from safety to economy. Change has gone virtually from viewpoint of safety to economy, which is also very dangerous. You thought to be safe first, now you think you are safe, but you are not safe, that's true. But you are thinking of money now. And when money comes into your mind, you lose everything. You are now considering money above health, which is very, very, very difficult situation. Health, you have not controlled, and you think you have control. You are interested in money, okay, be interested in money. Money shall be your friend then. Can money fight with corona? You have to decide. I have seen many dreams about corona, and you may be saying, oh, this man is psychic, he's talking of dreams. Yes, I am psychic, you may say. But remember, all researches world over have been done through dreams, otherwise no. There will be no researches, no innovations without dreams, because in dream, your machine works, your brain works. And day by day, researchers are speaking. They speak one thing today, another thing tomorrow. This means scientists are not able to reach to that point where you find final answer. From start, they used to say something, now they have gone to somewhere else. And one scientist has said, one very senior person has said that he thinks this shall never go, or it will take many years to understand this. This means what? This means you are not clear of your enemy with whom you have to encounter. And if that is the case, when you don't your enemy, what is best solution? Try to try to place that power so that at least it be known to you what you are, who is this. And without knowing that, where it is, how it's working, what it is. See, science cannot answer everything sometimes. Science has limitations because science can never go above level of God. God controls science, God controls everything, God controls medical, God controls health, God controls earth. Though we don't know what God is. We have only feeling, we have only faith, belief. God cannot be defined. In fact, to be very frank, I can't define God, and you too can't define God. Yes, you can imagine in relation. Relative, relative value to God, in whatever name I don't have anything to that. I don't have any connection to that. In whatever faith whatever religion but God cannot be defined. None of you is able to define God. This is my challenge. And when God cannot be defined, how can you define what done by God? Everything is done by God. So is Corona. Every science problem is given to you by God. So this is also given to you. So if it's given to you without God, it's nothing that happen. And we say that even wind can't breathe, leaf cannot stir without permission of God. So if it's that, you take that way, then why do you consider that this is your enemy? Sometimes maybe it's your friend. How can you say that this is your enemy? Because it is killing many people. It is giving infection to many people. It's killing their bodies, and that's what you say. It's your enemy. Maybe you think it's your enemy, but maybe it has also come to correct you, to set you right. You have to consider both options. Even you say, how many people have been infected? Majority of them have been recovered. If the death rate, it's much below than it should be. It's much below. Few percentages only, few. For example, how many cases in USA? Around, I think, half a million. Half a million cases, and how many deaths? Just 100,000. Means out of 5 lakhs, not sorry, yes, 5 lakhs. You see somewhere else, how many percentage it is? It is not that much as infection is. This means this is a signal to humanity. Well, I've not come to kill you, but I can kill you. I'm not interested in killing you. I'm just interested in warning you. I'm just giving an alert. Set yourself right, or otherwise, I am there to set you right. Voluntarily set yourself right. But when I work for you, I will not think anything. So this means this this problem is actually not a problem. If you are strong by body, this would not harm you. If you are not strong, it shall harm you. Now Americans themselves say that we are weak, our people are weak. Majority of Americans are weak. They themselves say, I'm not saying. And I told you yesterday also that they say we have many complicated diseases our people have. They're not having immunity, required immunity. This means immunity requirement is first question. Why don't you have immunity? You have to search yourself. You change your ordinary life to mechanized life, right? You don't want to walk. You don't want to do your work. You want everything ready. You want ready-made clothes. You want automatic washing. You want, I think, maybe everything automatic in mechanical world. You don't want to do anything. You just want to have rest, comfort, and for that you can do, for health you can go to jogging. While your temperature is low, jogging also doesn't work. You have to increase the immunity. Of course, you do self-service in many cases, but that is at individual level. That doesn't augment your immunity. It just gives you satisfaction that yes, you are doing self-service. What do you think? If you compare yourself, we have in our country crores workers, industrial workers, construction workers, physical workers, and some, you can say, unskilled workers we have. If you compare to them, your immunity, I think you are nowhere. They were also sometimes very strong, now they are lesser strong. Because they also are used to luxury, to some part sort of luxury. Previously, these people, for example, our farmers, our these workers, always work in sun, in rain, in cold, in dry, in wet. They don't care for what they work, they don't feel it. Yes, they drink water, they may drink milk, or they may drink something else, and very strong food, very healthy food they take. Fresh food, fresh vegetable, and what you are taking in your advanced countries? Fast food. Fast food is yours. I don't know what name fast is, why name is fast been given. I don't understand that. It is the fat food you can say, not fast food. Fat contents of fat. You are not eating sun. Eating, I mean to say, you are not absorbing sunlight. First of all, sunlight is very scarce in those countries. And wherever it is, I have seen you people work while in Gulf. You people just jogging in daytime around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Why? That's good going. You are free from your office and you go. Even then, if your immunity is very low, it's not because of food, I think. It's because you are drinking too much, you are enjoying too much, or you may be taking drugs. Possibly. You are gradually reducing immunity of your body, and that leads to you to such type of adverse impacts by unknown. You must take care of yourself. Now, there was imagination world. Americans are very strong. They are very advanced and intelligent. Yes, intelligence I'm not challenging. But as far as social structure is concerned, you have been isolated in your own societies. Mother Day, Father Day, this day, that day. Why you celebrate that? Because you never live with them. If you never live with father, mother, brother, sister, you always want to see them. So you fix a day when you want to see them. There's no such requirement in our country, Bharat, India. That requirement doesn't exist, but our people are mutating it, copying it, for sake just to celebrate that stuff. We live with our brothers, sisters, mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, all we live together, and we till recent years we used to live. Now there's been some differentiation because of job locations. Otherwise, we still live together. And there is no such say, oh, when I live with mother, why should I? Every day for me is my mother day. Every day for me is my father's day. Every day my day is teacher's day because I somewhere stay with teacher. Means it's all with fraction, you can say, defragment and fragment, what we call in computer defragment files and fragment files. We are all fragmented in society. We have to refragment ourselves. We have to scan ourselves. We have to provide space for everybody. We have to live with integration of society, social structure. What's meaning of institution of marriage if you can't live together? It's a delusion then. It's some marriage. Do you want to live in delusion or you want the reality? Are you in the mirage or you in road surface? That's inside. God has teaching us through Corona. Corona actually is nothing. Doctors say you should take ultraviolet injection. Some doctors say that. Okay, no harm. You should take vitamin D. No harm. But why you say you should have? You have it. A farmer got it. Industrial worker got it by working in sun. You got it by walking. So why you don't separately have it? You have it. Because you feel shame in walking. You want to run car and go with that. You feel that that is your status. If you compare your status through car or through house or through smartphone, you think that is your status? No, that is your wealth status, not your status. You are trying to display that I have this smartphone so very expensive. I have this Mercedes with me or BMW with me. I have this big house with me. So you are displaying your wealth. And you do not understand wealth is not health. Wealth does not go with you. And you remain in depression because you don't know what you want. Why people are in depression? Only because of this. They actually do not know what they want. When I was a small kid, in those days, there was a social requirement that you should be something. You should become something in life. I did not understand what does it mean. That I didn't mean. Sometime when I used to see some electrician working in here, people are standing around him. Oh, what a person. I thought this person is very great. See, when he comes, all people are there just to see what he is working and they are happy when he resupplies, reconnects light. It's a very big job. And when I used to go to train, I saw God is giving flag, waving flag, and trains slow. Oh, what a big job. So because I was scared, I did not know what is future. I did not understand value of what is that and what is this. I used to think, oh, this is big. This is big and this is big. So I thought it's my future. It's really my future. Because I did not know myself what I was thinking. I think what is my scope? I see through my eyes, or I view, or I little understand that. I think this is my future. I should become that. But as I grew up, my mind keep on progressing. I keep on changing my thinking, and then later on, somebody helped me to change completely, and that is my father. Father thought something else. Because kid cannot decide. Yes, you have some interest in your life. For example, hobbies, you can say your hobbies. Remember, I never played with my friends, which means say with that time friends. I never played with them. In school only, in our certain classes, in third standard, I think, I still remember that our that teacher used to let us play in room itself or veranda corridor, kabaddi or 1.5 lakh, like that small, so that for half an hour, 1 hour, you refresh, or you do some kind of physical training. I never used to play any football or cricket or something. I don't know any game, not because I was not interested, but I didn't have time for that. So you have to see how you want to live. It depends upon your financial status. It depends upon your mental status. It depends upon your parent, how they extend your childhood, what they think about your future, and how they want to see you. They have every right, so you have every right also. What interest do you have? For example, there was time you used to, paint time to say, I used to portrait making, enlarge portraits. There was a time or make sceneries when I had two months summer vacation. I used to pass that time after doing homework, etc., so that my concentration increase. I did many photos, many extension of this by graphics. Those graphics is known now. Right to that time means I took some photograph, put on scale on that, ratio of that, and then it's made a square on that. And similarly, I enlarged some graph or some paper chart, or drawing, big drawing sheets, and put the same sequence there, and compare like that. So it was actually graphic exercise. It was not art. I thought that time art, because people used to say, oh, he is very good painter. I wasn't painter. I was just a graphics, enlarging graphics and putting all curves of photos on that by measurement. So I produced similar sketch on that. So it just helped me first pass my time, and then enhancement or augmentation of concentration. Then I used to continue that on some buildings, some photos, something like that. So well, it was just nothing. It's not commercial. It brought to me some degree of pleasure. I'm not doing that now. I left it because when I entered engineering education, there was no question of doing that because of time. And I had to work with my father and my own. So this left many decades behind. But still, I feel like I can do that. But no, I'm just not going to do that. But one thing I felt one thing, that if you do such activity, you can say scale up your concentration value, and that concentration is very important in life. Same concentration when you study, you get immersed into your subjects, immerse there, study it, and same immersion when you work in profession, you immerse yourself there. And this is why I understand, I learned from my life that if you want to do something, don't do it superficially. Yes, you can pass, it's different. I'm not concerned about passing examination. My concern is different. Learning and applying. You can learn anything. Learning does not give you anything actually. Because if you learn something, okay, you learn it, you feel it, you learn some paper, books, chapters in your examination, appearance for that. But once you pass and you forget that within a month, if you don't refresh, if you refresh that, you get it. What happens? Once we pass out, we close those books because we have left it, we have passed it. When you think of advanced studies, and in some cases, it happens that we never touch that. Like I passed applied thermodynamics, I passed elements of electrical engineering. I studied like that many subjects, which I never used practically in my life. So I forget everything about electrical engineering. I forget everything on mechanical engineering, or you can say it's applied thermodynamics. I forget everything about fluid mechanics because I never ever used it in my career. But what I use in my career, I understand that. I know that. Same thing if you consider for yourself, even if you're not engineer or doctor. You might have studied tables, you still remember. Calculation, you still remember. Not because you learned that time, because you practice that. You practice that, so it refreshes itself. What I am saying is, I would say is, if you practice something, you remember that, and you refresh that, and you refine that knowledge, you think on that because every time you do it, if you do it every time, you have to think again. You are forced to think naturally. Why not to decide it a way that I save my time? Why not simplify in such a way that you sell your time? You do that. Automatically you do that. Because when you feel, why am I spending so much time with this calculus again and again? So why not to formalize this? So you can formalize that also. This is what's called progressive study, progressive advancement. So same thing is here. We have to think our way how to live our life, a normal life, a dull life, or a smart and intelligent life. That is where I am interested to interact with you. I usually Whenever I walk on roads or in streets and I see some kids, I have a habit to just annoy, just to intermingle with them. You like it, but still I do it because those who travel by car, I can't interact with them. They are big people, or at least those who are not very big, who can't afford cars, who use cycle or walking. Those poor people, kids, I have some opportunity to talk to them. You may call it social, you can say social understanding. You may call it just to see what students think, because first of all they never say no. These kids, if you talk to them politely and ask some questions, though I know there's nothing to do that, but I just want to see what is the standard of education in our country. This what is standard of teachers that teach them. You can, if you want to know that, you want, you know what standard of teacher is, you can get it through your students, their students. If teacher has taught them, certainly they would answer. But if teacher hasn't taught them, they won't answer. And I talk to many of them. They simply say, our teacher did not teach this, or I don't know, or somebody who knows who says it is like that. Means from through that interaction, our teacher's value is known. I'm not complaining about anybody, but if teachers are themselves not very educated or very well trained, they cannot teach students. Or you may say there is a commercial angle behind that. The teachers don't want to teach in school, they teach those in tuition time. It's one part of our society that is, deteriorated. There's another part of society that is deteriorated, is our character. Character means not private character I'm talking, or personal character. I'm talking about professional character, occupational character, trade character, those characters which is more important character than your private life or personal life. Personal character or private character is your own. Nobody has any right to interfere or even to have unknown or without permission admission. That is not correct. But which affects others, your working character, your professional character, your public character, that is very important to be investigated, to be examined, to be researched. So that actually impacts, that makes a nation, not your personal character, your general character, your public character, your social character. What do you think? What do you ambition you have? Do you have any ambition for country? What do you think about world? What do you think about nature? Because taking care of nature is responsibility of each citizen of world. Valuing our nature is our responsibility, and which we are running away actually. We are running away when you compare money power, wealth power to nature. We value nature lower than wealth power, but we forget in fact that this wealth comes from nature only and not from someone else. And if you deteriorate nature, you can't use that wealth. People forget it, however high education they have. They forget this point. What is wealth and what is nature? If there is wealth, this means there is nature. If there is nature, means there is wealth. So we cannot say simply wealth can be compared to nature. Because wealth is a part of nature. Only problem lies that you want to own that land, wealth, and you don't want to allow someone else in your place to own that. Otherwise, wealth is there, can't be changed. Resources in earth are there, you cannot change them, and of course, you cannot use them as well. You can use them only to that level you can work upon them. There are serious examples. I don't know why I'm talking from corner of this. because Corona has come to tell you all about this. Corona is not simply epidemic or pandemic. It's not simply that. That is one part. It will teach you everything. It will recall to you mind that what you are doing, you idiot, what you are doing, idiot citizen of world. You don't understand what world is. You did not make it. Universe made it. So why you are spoiling it? This message, it has come with this. It has come with this message to deliver this message to you, not by just delivery, but by teaching you, by impacting all us. It's first time in history, in known history, that certain superpower, certain unknown power has taken over grips of whole world one time. And there is no one in this world currently who can guarantee with guarantee say, no, this is that. No scientist is there, no doctor is there, no politician is there, no one is there in this world out of 8 billion people who can with surely say, I can prove it, this is that power. This is real secret. And when there is secret means there's superpower, because superpower is a secret, top secret of universe. Superpower cannot disclose its identity to anybody. Yes, you can imagine whatever you want to, it does not stop you from that. It doesn't cause any problem. If you imagine that this is Lord Shiva, this is Vishnu or Brahma, this is Devi, or this is Jesus Christ, or this is Allah, or this is Guru Nanak, or whatsoever is there. It doesn't stop you from imagining that, but it doesn't tell you secrecy. It's your sentiment that aroused and you say, oh, this is my God. Picture comes to your mind, oh, this is Bhagavan Shiva, this is Ram, this is Krishna. That is up to you. Because it is your right to think and imagine according to God's constitution. No one can stop you from that. Thinking, no one can stop. Thinking is gift of God. You must understand that. Thinking is gift of God. Concentration is gift of God. And whatever you want to do according to your interest is also gift of God. Because there are so many subjects in your life that you want to learn. But there are only few subjects where you find happiness in learning. You find to study that only, to live with that only. Examples, your hobby. So you did not learn from someone, but you know that. And you can automatically learn that. Maybe it's infilled in your mind from your last birth. Nobody knows that. So you feel pleasure in that, happiness, and you can play with that for hours together without feeling any fatigue. So that is actually God gift. Some people have a writing power. This is a God gift of writing. Some people can speak loud, long, without feeling any fatigue. That is God given speech. Means there are so many ways. If you identify yourself, you can find what actually benefit, what bonus point God has given you. Maybe you are not able to find that because you never think that way. I'm not saying you're not capable to know that, because you don't go to that direction. You enjoy that only. And sometimes you feel you're very successful in that and you are not successful in your education. There are so many examples. Some cricket players are very, very successful without having any education. Some film stars are very successful without any backing of education. Because of interest. It's not because they are capable.